Good evening, everyone. Life often feels like a road we are meant to travel with a clear destination in mind. But some of us feel we are in control and are the ones steering it. But sometimes life has other plans. Plans that take us down unexpected path, detours we most often do not understand, turns that we don't see coming, and challenges that feel insurmountable. I walked many of those roads myself, sometimes by choice, others thrust upon me. And while listening to the other speakers, I did not drive change. Change was the driver in my journey. While looking back at my life, I see a powerful lesson. We are all part of a continuum of change, one that asks us to keep moving forward, even when the path forward seems invisible or uncertain. I'm here to share my journey, not as a series of achievements or a roadmap, but a story which is about navigating shifts. Shifts that I did not understand in my life. And neither did I choose them. But there's something that I learned. How do I find meaning along the way? I was born into change. As a son of an Indian Air Force officer, my life was all about change. Every few years, we had to pack our lives up and move. New cities, new friends, new colonies. So change wasn't a choice for me. It was a lifestyle. A life which was a reality. I adapted. I learned how to make friends quickly. But I learned how to say goodbyes even faster. This was my life when I was growing up. I believed in a lesson that I learned during these changing years. And the lesson was that no matter where we went, we carried our roots with us. For me, those roots were family, discipline, and a cricket bat in my hand. As a child, I was obsessed with cricket. It was not just a passion. It wasn't just a game for me. While playing under scorching heat, practicing with seniors much older than me, the sound of the leather hitting willow were some of the things that gave me joy, confidence, and purpose. I played at multiple levels, slowly graduating year by year, with a dream of playing for the nation one day. I got selected in the Ranji probables for one of the state after toiling very, very hard. But one day, interestingly, my parents sat me down. They said, cricket is a passion. It's not a career. It's time for you to focus on studies. I was too young to fight back, too respectful to question their wisdom. So I put the bat down. I did not just lose a game that day. I felt I lost a part of myself that day. But I learned something very profound that day. My first lesson in letting go. I realized letting go is not an act of defeat. It's an act of trust in what lies ahead. Years later, I still carried the weight of that decision, and I continued playing cricket, not as a profession, but as a passion. At the age of 40, until recently, life gave me another chance. I got auctioned in a cricket league, playing for a franchisee. While stepping back on the pitch, I again realized something very profound. Dreams may be delayed, but they never truly die. With cricket behind me, I threw myself into academics. Physics was my new game. The world of formulas, equations, and a lot of science. Winning a gold medal in physics was a proud moment for me. I topped the university in 3 of the physics subjects. It was a validation of my efforts and faith that my parents put in me. But here's the thing about physics, it's predictable. But life is anything but predictable. I felt a quiet pull towards something else. I met with a lot of skepticism. Why not pursue a career in physics? Such a prestigious career in science. But I felt a pull towards something else. Something which is less structured, far more complex, yet human. But before I could explore that option, there's another path that emerged in front of me. So Air Force was not my father's legacy. It was my family's pride. And I cracked NDA and SSB, NDA and CDS twice, earning call letters, almost becoming a fighter pilot. Earning call letters that could have set me on the path to a life of honor, service, and glory. But this was the time when I again started feeling some bit of hesitation. So while my parents were very, very happy, they were very proud, and I had started imagining myself in that uniform, they still sensed my uncertainty. So my father came to me, and sensing this uncertainty, he said, "The uniform is earned, not forced. If your heart is not in it, it is not your path." Walking away from something so prestigious and full of glory was like a betrayal. Not just with my family's legacy, but my own ambitions as well. And something which taught me very, very crucial thing is that sometimes you have a voice of your own. Choose that voice, even though it defies expectations. So my family decided an MBA for me. Maybe they realized that there is a potential which I had not recognized. And those 2 years, I figured something unexpected, my deep passion and love for human potential. It was alive, it was dynamic, and it was inherently complex. And hence, I stepped into the world of business. And I still hold a very dubious record in my MBA college. Consecutive 12 interview rejections during campus placements. Big sign of failure, I think, but here I am. So what I learned from that is failures are needed in your life. you do require that jolt to shake you up. And that defines you who you might become. So after MBA, consulting happened to me. A career that took me across industries, across challenges, across geographies. Now consulting is like standing in the eye of a storm. It's very, very rapid. It's very dynamic, very demanding career. I still remember vividly one project wherein the client was almost on the verge of shutting down. Employees were riddled with uncertainty. No one knew where the organization was going. And my task was not just to restructure the business, but also to rebuild trust. And I spent number of hours, not in the boardroom, but in the cafeteria, talking to people, listening to their uncertainties, their fears, hearing their hopes. And thankfully, we turned the business around. So after we turned the business around, it was not the numbers that I celebrated. It was the people that I celebrated. This experience taught me something very, very important in my professional life. Leadership is not about fixing problems. It's about inspiring belief. But consulting wasn't enough. I wanted to create, not just advise. I stepped into the world of startups, a decision that changed everything for me. Startups are a roller coaster ride. Now, startups are messy, chaotic, and deeply personal. As an HR leader, I had the opportunity not just to build teams, but to turn the founders' dreams into realities. I was the one navigating chaos of growth. So there were moments of doubt, there were tough decisions, and there were a lot of situations which I did not like. But there were also breakthroughs which reminded me constantly why I had signed up for. Along the journey, I started investing in others. I started investing in new ventures and founders by mentoring them towards navigating their stories. This is one of the most fulfilling aspects I've realized in recent times. And I believe in the continuum of change, learning from others and helping others plays a very, very important role. One founder which I mentored once told me, you don't just help us build companies, you help us build courage. And that line stayed with me till date. Now, at the age of 40, when I look back, from sports to consulting, from the defense dreams I did not pursue to the startups I've helped build, I see only one truth. Change is not a disruption. It is not at all a disruption, but it's a thread that connects every chapter of your life. And this is what continuum of change is all about. But while I'm still going through my journey, life is not just about professional milestones. 6 months back, I faced a deep personal loss. I lost my younger brother at the age of 34. Grief has a way of tearing you down to your essence. It isolates you. It makes you question everything. Why him? Why now? but I learned something profound. In those dark moments, the hardest changes teaches you the deepest of lessons. Value relationships. The moment or the moments that you are being given. Life, I believe, is just like a game of cricket. I truly believe in that. Sometimes you are on the front foot, hitting boundaries. Other times, you are defending fast balls you never saw coming. But it is not about the score. The game is not about the score. It's about how you play. So for everyone listening today, I leave you with this. Embrace change. It's your story. Every setback, every pivot that you see in your life is part of your story. And you have a unique story that all of you are writing. There is no point regretting. Never ever regret any decision, any change in your life. It is part of who you are. That is what is the continuum of change. Because the only way to lose in the continuum of change is stop showing up. Thank you very much.